Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Island FC Ironman progress videos. This is video number 3 in our Ironman progress series, and today we're actually going to work on our cash stack. So, the method that we actually chose to work on our cash stack is the Eclipse Red Wine method, where we're able to go to the Hunters Guild in a building and we're able to pick up Eclipse Red Wine and sell it to the winery in a different town in Varlamore. The reason why we chose this method was simply because it was something that we could do that was pretty AFK that I didn't really have to pay attention to. And during the week, I actually don't have as much time as I would like to play. So during my lunch breaks at work, I'm able to sit down and just basically keep clicking away and trying to get as many wines as I possibly can. And once I get a full inventory of wine, what I would do is I would run to the bank closest to me. The closest bank is actually the Hunters Guild bank, and we weren't able to get 4600 this weekend, so we're not able to actually use that bank itself. But with that being said, we do plan on working towards 4600, but I don't quite know if this method is actually going to be a method that we use often. I just know that during the week I can actually use this method, and it's so simple to just be able to sit there, click on the wine, try to pick it up before the bots or anybody else really tries to get it, and then just head downstairs and bank it later. And we do make a really decent amount of cash from it as well. I believe in this video that we were able to make a couple hundred K, which we ended up spending on runes. Accidentally, really, we actually bought too many chaos runes, which I think I'm gonna put in the video too, because I did the same thing when I was buying my Chronicle teleport tabs. I totally bought too much. Actually, I was kind of trying to figure out why my settings in my shops was set to buy all, but I remember that on my other account, I was playing leagues and I did the menu swap for the shops to buy runes. And I believe that's the reason why that my options to buy 50 were on or were in the menus in the shops, and I just forgot to reset them. And I tried to figure out how to reset all of them, which I thought I did, but apparently I didn't get that done and I wasted a little cash. So I bought a good amount of chaos runes and mine runes. But yeah, anyways, that's good though that we had those runes because we're able to train our magic. Anyways, with that being said, let's continue on the video, and I will actually talk through and show you the method that I chose to try to get some early cash up so that way we could just buy some of the stuff that we needed to buy. So from here, we would be at the top of the building after we get a full inventory of the Eclipse Red Wine. We would run all the way from the Hunters Guild, which there's the bank right there, which if you have 4600, you will be able to use the bank doing this method. But since we don't have 4600 at the moment, what we would do is we would run from the Hunters Guild all the way up here through the Buffalo Field or around that area. I ended up going the long way around, but you can actually run through the Buffalo to make it a little bit shorter distance. But yeah, from there you would run through that and go into Varlamore. Here you can bank and store all the wines, and then you would run back and start the process all over again. But if you have access to the Hunters Guild bank, which is at 4600, like I said, you would be able to just run downstairs and put all 28 of your inventory of Eclipse Red Wine straight into the bank, and you can continue this process all day, every day. There's a lot of bots. I think they're bots that do this method just because they make quite a bit of money. But I also have seen some hardcore Ironman that do this method as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much the method that I chose to use. And through the weeks, I might come back here and do some of this as well when I'm feeling lazy. If I'm playing during lunch or not, sometimes I play, sometimes I don't. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is a very good early money maker to start out the account with some good cash. I was able to make a couple hundred K doing this, and you didn't really have to pay attention too much. You just had to basically find a world that wasn't super populated. And honestly, if you're somebody that plays later at night, I will say that it's a lot easier to get the wine because there were times where even when I was paying attention, somebody would log in and they would steal the wine right from underneath me. But yeah, that's the process. That's the method. Very easy, very simple. You just have to do the Children of the Sun quest And then you also have to find your way to the Hunter's Guild. And if you have 4600, like I said, it's just so much easier. So here we're actually going to walk through and show you the town that we go to. So here's the Hunters Guild, and we're actually going to go south of the Hunters Guild where we can take a ride on a ship to get to the winery. And from here, we're able to go to the winery where we will be selling the wine that we have, the Eclipse Red wine that we have, to the shop for 700 gold coins each. And that is actually going to net us a pretty good sum of money to start out with. So I will say for early Ironman, money does become an issue as far as getting runes. So this is such a great option if you don't have a lot of time to play, but you're trying to make some quick money. And if you're busy doing something and you can actually do this little, grind to get as many wine as you possibly can and sell it to the shop, it just makes your life so much easier. So I know that some skills, even when you're AFKing the skills, or if you're just, passively trying to get experience in those skills, truthfully, you're not really able to look at the screen as much. So just being able to use this as an early method to get coins actually works out really nicely. With that being said, so you're going to, from the bank, if you don't have access to the Hunters Guild bank, you're going to run down to this area and you're going to make your way over to the shop. And from there, you're going to sell your wine to the shop. And so usually when you sell something to a shop, the value of that item decreases in the general shops. But because you're not in the general shop, the value will consistently stay the same. So it'll be 700 gold per wine that you sell. So here I am traveling over to the winery shop where I was able to sell the wine and able to make about 200K, around 200K profit. And that's going to be really good for us later on whenever we go and buy our runes to start training some magic levels. But after I ended up selling that wine, I actually went over to Drainer Village where I got a couple more teleports for the Chronicle, where I ended up going over to Brimhaven. And from Brimhaven, I went to Yanel to pick up some hunting supplies. After I bought my hunting supplies, I teleported back over to Varrock, where I stopped and got the runes that I needed. So I picked up about a couple thousand mine runes, and also I picked up some chaos runes, a little more than I was supposed to. I ended up spending a lot more money than I was supposed to again, but it's okay. The chaos runes are going to be very helpful later. And during that, I decided to go ahead and head to the Varrock Museum, where I was able to complete the quiz for the Varrock Museum, and that earns me some kudos, but it also earns me level 9 Slayer and level 9 Hunter. So, with that being said, I was able to get level 9 Slayer and level 9 Hunter to start me off for my Hunter grind that I was going to do. I ended up getting 29 Hunter. After that, I was able to complete the Eagles Peak quest at level 27 Hunter, and then that kicked me up to 29. And that's pretty much all I did for this weekend. Um, so that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Give me any tips that you might see in the videos that I'm creating where, I might not have noticed it. I am slowly starting to get really into making content and learning how to edit. So, any type of advice or tips would be helpful. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching, and see you next time on the next video. Have a blessed day. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thank you.